Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's show, Casey Norton is outstanding on the mound as the Livermore Cowboys face the Bay Area's best at the Livermore Stampede softball tournament. Granada shows off their defensive skills as they face the Alameda Hornets at the Livermore Stampede. And Dhruv Vijay Kumar throws the hammer down as the Dublin boys volleyball team squares off against Foothill. All that and much more right here on Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. I'm Ian Bartholomew on this week's show of action from the Livermore Stampede softball tournament as the Livermore Cowboys try to capture the title. We'll also see the Granada softball team in action, and we'll have boys volleyball as the red-hot Dublin Gales square off against Foothill. But to get us started with softball, it's my co-host, Tim Sobrani.
Great. Thank you, Ian. And a chance to advance to the championship game of the Livermore Stampede softball tournament was on the line recently, with the Cowboys squaring off against Willow Glen of San Jose in the semifinals. Both teams entered this game with the record of 3-0 in pool play. And there you see the Cowboys, Coach Palazzo, and we pick up the action right here on a windy day as Catalina Medina's base hit to left falls. Medina commitment to Arizona State, but then we see some nice defense there as Mendoza fly ball to Grace Phillips. She makes a nice running catch, and then Casey Norton gets out of the inning with a K, so no damage done in the bottom of the first. Here we see bottom of the second, Casey Norton again with the strikeout. She would finish with 5 Ks on the afternoon. So we go to the top of the third as we have the walk right there. First base runner for the Cowboys would be left stranded. So now we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bella Medina gets the base hit to right. Now we see some nice defense. Look at that nice throw to second there. Casey Norton fielding her position. And then more great defense by Norton, helping her own cause on the mound. Throws to first to end the inning. Top of the sixth now, 2 outs. And there you see Lane Makowski walking, trying to get things started, 2-out rally. And then Gianna Willis. This one, a little power to left. That one would fall for a double. Makowski scores. Cowboys are excited. That's a big run late in the game. Cowboys up 1-0, Willis on second base. So now we go to the bottom of the sixth, still 1-0. Catalina Medina, another base hit. And then we follow that up with Maya Mendoza with the base hit to left. So Cowboys in a little bit of trouble here. The runners at first and second. Then we see the ground into the force at second. So 2 away, pivotal moment of the game. And there's Norton again fielding her position. Tough grounder, she picks it up, she throws to first. That's the final out. And the Cowboys celebrate a big victory to punch their ticket to the championship game. There you see the final score. Gianna Willis's RBI double in the 6th inning, the difference. Cowboys win. Afterwards, the star third baseman said she and her teammates were excited to play against a team as talented as Willow Glen.
We were super excited coming into this game. We wanted to come in hot. We were all bonding together, hitting really well at warm-ups, and it really paid off in this game. We all stayed together through and through. We faced a really good pitcher, and everybody made their adjustments, and it was just a matter of time before one of the hits fell, and I got lucky. It was me.
So a great pitching duel, and Norton and Clincy and the Cowboys, though, coming out on top.
Yeah, just outstanding. Clincy pitches a one-hitter, and the one hit was against her future Cal teammate, Gianna Willis.
Yeah.
And Norton was outstanding, of course, as well.
Yeah, I mean, the pitchers were amazing. And Norton, I think, in addition to just the great strikeouts, the way she fields her position, and there were some tough plays that she made to help get out of the inning, and just a great win for the Cowboys.
Big win for them. Livermore would advance to the Stampede Finals, where they would face longtime state power St. Francis of Mountain View. Up next, we'll have highlights from that game, plus a little later, we'll see the Granada Matadors in action against Alameda. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. The Livermore Stampede Softball Championship was on the line recently as the Livermore Cowboys squared off against St. Francis of Mountain View. The two-time defending EBAL champion Cowboys entered the game riding an 11-game winning streak. The two-time defending CCS champion Lancers, meanwhile, had won 8 in a row. We go back to Ernie Rodriguez Softball Complex in Livermore. Cowboys ready to go as they break the huddle. Pick it up in the first. Northwestern signee Lane Mikowski at the plate. She drives it to deep left field. This one's over the fence for a home run. Mikowski races around to home plate as the Cowboys grab a 1-0 lead. Lancers try to answer in the bottom of the first. Nebraska signee Jamie Oakland grounds a base hit up the middle. Future Stanford Cardinal Peyton Sow then lines the ball to center. It two-hops the fence. Eliza Garochi gets it back in quickly. There's a play at the plate. Oakland is safe. That ties the game at 1. Livermore prevents any further damage, though, as Mikowski fields the grounder and throws to first for the out. That ends the inning. In the second, the Cowboys threaten. Jules McCafferty loops the ball to right, dropping for a hit. But the St. Francis defense makes a big play. On this pop-up to right, Maya Meltzigand makes a nice running catch. Livermore would not score. In the third, some great defense by Livermore. Jamie Oakland flies to left. Samantha Robinson races over and makes an outstanding catch. Big play there by the freshman. We move ahead to the fourth. Maliana Alayan-Gitao walks. Next batter then lays down a butt. Future Cal Bear Gianna Willis throws to second in time for the force. Casey Norton then gets out number 2 on a called third strike. Norton then winds again and picks up another K. She finished with 3 strikeouts in the game. That ends the inning. In the fifth, Eliza Garochi reaches on a 2-out walk. Utah Valley University signee Kimber Dow then crushes the ball to deep left. The wind knocks it down, but it still drops. Garochi slides home with the run, while Dow holds it third with a triple. Livermore jumps on top 2-1. The Koskis would be intentionally walked for the second time. Runners at the corners for Gianna Willis, who makes a bid for a hit, but Meltzingan stretches and makes a great catch that saves at least a run. In the bottom of the fifth, Jamie Oakland hits a laser to center, but Garochi, with perfect positioning, makes the catch. That retires the side. More good defense in the sixth. Bella Kelton fields the low hop, then throws to first to retire the dangerous Peyton Sow. We go to the seventh. Cowboys 1 out away from the win. Meltzingan grounds deep in the hole. Mikowski makes a great stop, but Meltzingan beats it out. Moments later, she's off and running, sliding into second with the steal. But Casey Norton bears down and fields the comebacker, throws to second for the final out. Cowboys celebrate a huge victory as they capture the Stampede Championship. Here they are celebrating the big win. Head coach Andy Palazzo accepts the first place plaque from Toss Garcia. Fort Hays State signee Casey Norton is named Tournament Most Valuable Player with 5 wins in 3 days. And there are your champions. Livermore defeats St. Francis 2-1 to win the Stampede. There you see the final score. Livermore has since won 4 more games, so they're 19-1. Afterwards, all 4 of the Livermore All-Tournament selections, and head coach Andy Palazzo said it took a great team effort to capture the Stampede title.
I gave it my all, but so did the rest of my team. We really worked this week on just leaving it out on the field. This season's going great so far. Our team's really bonding together. We're gelling, we're playing for each other, and we're doing great.
We put a lot of work in throughout the whole week leading up to this, and to be honest, like all the months leading up to this too, just putting in that hard work in practice, staying focused, and playing with a goal and practicing with a goal. This team is so special. We're just so connected, and we work as a team so well. We go into every game very loose. and we just trust each other, and I think that's what matters the most.
Absolutely amazing. The fact that we came on top against a bunch of really good competition, it just like means the world to me and my team, and I was just so excited. Great team chemistry. We all know that we want to like win and play for each other, so when we have practice, we're all there. Like everybody really puts in the effort to want to win and to come up on top.
It feels amazing. I mean, senior year, like we're so excited, and it's so thrilling to finally get this far. I mean, us seniors have been striving to get this far since freshman year, and I mean, we've been close some years, but this year just like really hit the spot that we could do it. I went into those games knowing and confident that we were going to win, and I tried to talk up my teammates like that were scared, and I was like, no, we got this. I know we got this. We're gonna beat them. We got this in the bag. Like, I know we can hit, and we have the defense to do it, and we did, and we executed it, and it was amazing.
Well, it's a true honor to coach at Livermore High. Our team, just incredible. These girls just battle. We returned 8 out of 9 players, so these girls were seasoned, and our seniors lead this team, and they're just really, really good. And my coaching staff, a bunch of veterans that have all been coaching over 25 years, and these girls are just awesome. They listen to us, and they just do what they need to do to win.
So a great weekend for Livermore. Coach Palazzo was also appreciative of the Livermore staff and parents that helped organize and put this tournament together, especially Toss Garcia and Nikki Makoski. It's a huge undertaking that takes months of planning, and grounds crew also did a great job being able to get the fields playable to get all these games in. We had a lot of rain that weekend.
We did, and we talked that Friday morning before you headed out there. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to get this
right,
one in.
Exactly.
Seems a little dicey, but credit to the volunteers. This is such a great event every year, and for the Cowboys to win it, this is like almost like a NorCal preview. You know, I mean, you've got the very best teams in NorCal. We could be having some of these very same matchups in the end of May. But great job by the Cowboys, and they've continued to roll. From one Livermore High School now, we're going to go to the other. The Granada Matadors also looking to roll, taking on Alameda in pool play. And there you see the Matadors warming up, getting ready under cloudy skies at the Ernie Rodriguez Softball Complex. We're picking up bottom of the second inning. Alameda has a runner on first. Maddie Yoon would then walk, putting 2 runners on. But we see Isabella Gamache, great defense there, great pitching. She induces the 1-2-3 double play, and the Matadors get out of the inning. Top of the third now, more defense. This time, though, it's for Alameda, as Maddie Bittman's hardline drive is caught by Miley Gradney, ending the threat. Top of the fourth, more great defense. The Oregon OCU CSD commit, Mia Wong, with the put out right there. Nice job for Alameda. Granada's Harlow Thompson, only a freshman. Next batter gets a base hit to center, but she would end up being stranded. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless. Look at this. Nice attempt defensively, but not able to bring it down. Molly Cho on base with the infield single. Desiree Shoblo would walk, and then Jasleen Contreras gets the base hit to right. The courtesy runner, Kaya Flowers, would score. Then we see Alameda's Lily Robinson gets the base hit to center. And that would be followed by Miley Gradney. Base hit to left. The attempted play at the plate is not in time. So Alameda would end up taking the lead. Top of the fifth, more great defense by Alameda. Here's Mia Wong in the hole, across her body with the put out. And then we would see pitcher Julia Lambert getting a called third strike to end the game, as Alameda would go on to win by a score of 3-2. Hornets rally from a 2-run fourth inning deficit to earn the win. Granada currently has an overall record of 10-9. They're tied for second place in the EBL with San Ramon Valley with a record of 6-2. So, Tough game for Granada and good matchups. Again, good defense on both sides.
Yeah, two really good teams playing here. Granada having a really nice season. A very young team, playing a lot of freshmen, really getting substantial playing time. But they're doing very well, and it bodes well for the future.
Well, it bodes well for the future, and I think playing against tough teams like Alameda and playing in tournaments like this really help prepare you for the back half of E-ball and ultimately NCS.
Right. And that's going to do it for softball. Up next, we'll have boys volleyball as Dublin squares off against Foothill. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. It promised to be an exciting match as two of the North Coast section's top boys volleyball programs recently squared off. The Dublin Gales taking on the Foothill Falcons. We go out to Dublin. Dublin head coach Michael Bongay and the Gales up one set. Pick it up in the second set. Ricky Santamaria to Aryan Boretti to Dhruv Vijay Kumar for the monster kill. Foothill responds. Jeremy Sun to Gray Garofalo. Over to Josh Salonga for the smash. More Dublin. Tristan Cox passes to Nkorshik Inkbayar to Rashab Gune. And to close things out, Brody DeQuisto passes to Inkbayar, who sets to David Din. Dublin wins set 2, 25-18. We move on to set 3. DeQuisto to Inkbayar to Tristan Cox for the rip. Now DeQuisto saves to Inkbayar, who feeds Gune. That same combination does it again moments later. DeQuisto to Inkbayar to Gune for the smash. He finished with 11 kills. Foothill fights back. Jeremy Sun to Gray Garofalo to Rashil Vedada. He had 8 kills. Now Vedada passes to Garofalo, defeats Thomas Badahoro. Falcons continue to rally. Gales try to set up the kill, but Winter Alexander is there for the rejection. Dublin answers DeQuisto to Boretti to Vijay Kumar. Now the Gales attack the left side. David Din to Boretti to Cox. This time DeQuisto bumps to Inkbayar, who sets to Ricky Santamaria, and the junior puts it away. Dublin now looks to tie up the set. Cox to Inkbayar to David Din for the smash. Then Aryan Boretti serves, and he drops it over for an ace. Perfect placement. More Gales to DeQuisto to Boretti to Vijay Kumar. Falcons try to rally. Sun to Garofalo to Salonga for the point. But Dublin would be too much on this night. Cox to Inkbayar to Gune, who drops it over for the match winner. Dublin celebrates as they defeat Foothill in 3 sets. And there you see the final score. Afterwards, Dublin star junior Rashab Gune and head coach Michael Bongay said they were excited about the win and how their season's going.
Today was a great game. I feel like we really connected with our hitters. Setter did an amazing job, both of them, and I feel like our system was just amazing today. As a team, I feel like this year has been a lot better. Last year we were really struggling to finish out games, and this year it's been a lot of sweeps. So I think we're really coming into our area with that.
Feeling good, feeling confident, but I'm only confident because of the work the boys have been doing this year. We've got a great deep bench. They've been playing together for a lot of years, and they just kind of understand how to work around each other, and they do well like that. They just want to play with each other. They just want to play for each other, and their goals are always to want to do better. It's fun, they love each other. They usually respect me pretty well, but that's what we're here for, to play and to want to kind of win and bring that culture back to our school. We've had a great program in the past, and we've had a couple down seasons, but with everybody, putting in the work and wanting to understand what it takes and the process it takes, gets us to here so far.
So Dublin will finish out the regular season and look forward to both the league playoffs and NCS. And Coach Bangay gets a well-deserved celebratory shower.
They sure did. They have a real shot of winning E-ball and NCS. I mean, I know it's competitive at the top, but Dublin, high energy, great coach. You got a lot of depth on that team. You see it with Vijay Kumar and Cox and Gane. So many different weapons, and they're a lot of fun to watch. We're going to be back with more, including our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week, right after these messages, so please stay with us.
Our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week is Livermore softball player Lane Mikoski. The future Northwestern Wildcat leads the Cowboys with a .564 batting average with 16 extra base hits, including 5 homers and 23 runs batted in. At the Livermore Stampede, she batted .700 with 2 homers, 4 RBI, and 8 runs scored. For her excellence on the diamond, Livermore's Lane Mikoski is our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to her. And our next show, we'll have more softball and a couple of explosive offenses as Foothill takes on Dublin.
Yeah, speaking of explosive offense, I just want to talk about our Athlete of the Week. If you bat .700 and a tournament as elite as the Stampede against the teams they played, Mikoski had herself a tournament.
Yeah, and we saw her intentionally walked against St. Francis twice.
That's amazing. Amazing performance. One of the best we've seen all year. Foothill Dublin next week. Yeah, they had a good battle the first time around. Dublin was able to get that one. Foothill looking for revenge, so it'll be fun to watch that one.
And we'll also have some baseball as 2-time defending EBAL champion Granada squares off against Foothill, and the Mats are kind of turning things, getting playoff ready.
Yeah, the Mats were obviously NCS champs a couple years ago, lost a lot of guys. They've been rebuilding. Foothill's right there, so it's always a tough battle when they go against each other.
And we're also going to have some boys across as Foothill battles Livermore, and Foothill playing very well.
Yeah, their program, again, on the rise. We're seeing that. Livermore's obviously had a lot more success, too, recently. So
yeah, Cowboys have a great goalie.
Yeah.
We saw plenty of times last year.
That's right. So that'll be another good battle.
And then we're going to have some boys volleyball as well. But that will do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. Tim Sprani, me and Bartholomew, thanks for watching. See you next week.